Welcome back to Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. My name is Ricky, and I thought before we get into the actual racing part of today's episode, I would just very quickly talk to you a little bit about what I have done since the last episode. So what I did between today and the previous episode was I did all of Landrush. So I didn't do this race, this Cross-Card All-Stars race, but I did all the rest of it. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I think I have, but I'm not a big fan of Landrush. Suffice it to say, I did win the Landrush World Series Championship thingy. The thing is, you kind of have to do Landrush. As much as I would love to ignore it, I had to do it in order to get to the Triple Crown. Now, the Triple Crown is after you win the Rally Finale, Landrush Finale, and Rally Cross Finale, you can get new races or something. I don't know. I actually don't fully know what's going on in the Triple Crown. The other thing I did was this Group B Rallycross Cup. Now, I have made my displeasure with Group B cars before. I don't like them. Rallycross was no different. I mean, I did win, but it still sucked. But I haven't done the World Rallycross Championships yet. Obviously, we're going to do that. I'll actually record that. But you didn't want to see me race through the Rallycross Group B stuff because it was super frustrating. The car didn't handle well. So with my earnings from Landrush, I upgraded a bunch of the facilities stuff. But I also bought myself a Ford Focus, Jamie, rather, bought a Ford Focus RS, which is the only RX supercars rallycross thing that I liked when I was playing with them. And I need an RX car for the finale, for the final rallycross race. So today we're going to be doing the Continental Group A Rally. It's the last of the rallies. It's the last rally championship before the finals. So yeah, I've already done the first two. Oh, I pressed start anyway. I've already done the first two rallies and the first two stages, so we'll do the last three, and it's raining a lot. That's what I was trying to say before I accidentally pressed the wrong button and loaded it up.
Hey, if we want to enter more prestigious competitions, we're going to need to get a good ranking going in.
Cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so
Right 3,
today I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna go into more detail about what the reasons why I raced the Landrush and the one rallycross event, and didn't record it. But first, let me catch you up real fast on where we are in this tournament. In this event, we are currently in, I believe, 5th. We were in 9th after the first stage. The first stage was I came in 9th. The second stage I came in 2nd, which bumped us up to, I believe, 5th. Yeah, we're not doing so hot. Also, I fully upgraded this car, but I've never enjoyed driving it. But I went ahead and fully upgraded it because literally as I was starting the first stage, the game was like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Because your car's not going to be able to handle an event of this length." And I went, "Ooh, okay, I guess I'll upgrade the car." So yeah, Jamie upgraded it to all Class A parts, which we can do now because I think it was over Christmas. I got that particular bit of the facilities that allows me to have the highest grade parts in the car. And I think it may be the highest graded car we have. Like the highest, the best level parts. I think. I may be wrong. Maybe I did it earlier than I remember. But anyway. So basically, I'm not really liking driving this car. Also, it's raining. Thankfully, I think the last two stages should be not raining. We're in Wales, and I'm going to be honest with you, as nice as Wales looks, I think it's the most interesting in terms of the way it looks for any of these for the various countries we race in. I hate it so much. Not as much as I hate Spain, admittedly. And if we can just stay out of the forest. Oh, no, I went the wrong way. I was not paying an ounce of attention to anything Maggie was saying at that exact moment. I was just like, oh yeah, we turn here. That's what we do. So, that was bad. That was bad. However, I don't think I have any penalty time in this event yet. I could have reset the car a couple of times. I did not. I just chose to eat the time and climb out of the stupid hole myself. I did do a barrel roll in the first stage, which is always fun. Because I was like, no, no, yes, yes, okay, we're good. Sorry, my TV just blacked out for a second, so that would explain why I just did that, because I have no idea what happened. My TV just blacked out, but the recording looks like it did not stop. Just my TV decided it didn't want to work with me anymore. So it literally came back in right as I crashed into those trees, is what I'm saying. But basically, why I chose to why I chose to race all the Landrush stuff was I hate Landrush. I hate it so much. I had done some free play Landrush to see if it was better than it was in Dirt 3. It's not. It's not worse than it was in Dirt 3. It's exactly the same as it was in Dirt 3, which is to say, awful. I hated it in Dirt 3. I wasn't very good at it because I'm not very good at driving trucks. First of all, I would like to point out that trucks are not aerodynamic, nearly as aerodynamic as cars are. They do not turn nearly as well. They like to flip a lot. As I found out in the second to last championship, the penultimate championship of Landrush, in the very first semifinal race, I right out of the gate I flipped, basically, and I hit a jump and came down on another truck and flipped over. I ended the race in first position, but I had a 10-second penalty, no, 4-second penalty, which put me in last place because those races are very tight. Like a 4-second penalty in Rally isn't necessarily going to get you out of first place, depending on how much faster you are than everyone else. A 4-second penalty in a race like Rallycross or Landrush, and you're in last. So I ended that one in 9th and still wound up winning the, no, not winning, came in 3rd in that championship. Because I won, well, I may not have won all the rest of them, I don't remember. But I did much better in the rest of them. So, you know, I say it was the penultimate one. Now I'm starting to think it may have been the final. I don't actually remember. It was one of the two. But it was the very first, it was the semifinal race. And it was awful. And I wound up recovering. Because, well, I mean, this game isn't nearly as hard as I may make it out to be. Especially in those, like, I excel in racing games where I'm racing against other people constantly. Because I have a better sense of where I am. Okay, don't turn port, there we go. Okay, I didn't accidentally turn into people that time. That was good. So, but I don't enjoy it. And if I'm not enjoying it, if I'm not enjoying, like, driving in Landrush, I'm not going to, it's not going to be a good episode. It's just going to be an awful episode where I'm constantly fighting myself, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I didn't record any of the Landrush stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to, yeah, okay.
All right, stage done, time's recorded.
Wow! My car looks amazing. Oh, look at that, stage results 9th. Event standings, though, I have moved up in the event standings despite coming in 9th here. Hang on, okay, I'm going to go stage results, because something... I had a 9-second penalty. That's what killed me, because that would have put me in 5th place, basically, with my 9-second penalty. Body damage, gearbox whining, wheel wobbling. That's, I mean, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
Chief engineer says just ignore this body damage, running fine.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't look like it's running fine. But I trust her.
2, 1, go.
We are at night, which I've never really liked. The other thing that I don't like about Landrush that I haven't noticed in any other element of this game is a rubber banding. So rubber banding is where when you start getting too far ahead, the other players all of a sudden get really fast. It's the most notorious in the kart-esque games, like Mario Kart specifically, but pretty much any kart game has rubber banding. It's also in Majora's Mask, in the one race element in Majora's Mask where you were, the Goron race is after you kill the giant robot Pinata in the second dungeon, when you bring Spring back to Snowhead. And, yeah, bad rubber banding in that. I've done this before. I've already done this section before. Just slowly. Don't hit them. Okay. Good. No 9-second penalty for me. Yeah. So, yeah. So there's really bad rubber banding, I think. Because it didn't matter that I was in first place. I could never get the fastest lap. And the fastest lap was always like by the guy who finished in 5th place. And it's like, no, that's not how it should. Like, okay, fine, the guy in 2nd, he gets the fastest lap. Fine. But no. No, it was never the guy in 2nd. It was always the guy who finished in 5th place. Who had like 5 to 10, 4 or 5 seconds behind, overall time, but somehow managed to beat you by like 2 whole seconds on a lap. Time-wise. And it wasn't like the first lap, obviously. It was like the 5th lap. Like the 2nd to last lap or the 6th lap. Whatever it was, Oh. Like, I don't even see rubber banding happening in, Uh-oh. Well, I'm trying to avoid the hazard, but the game puts invisible, barriers, and, Have I mentioned I don't really like driving this car? I mean, it's a lot better than those Group B cars. So don't drive into those people. Got it. No forest section. I hate the forest sections. Mostly because I'm not very good at staying on the road. I don't know if you've noticed that. So. And speaking of Group B, that's the reason why I didn't. I mean, I mentioned this already once, but I just don't like driving Group B cars, and they're just as bad in Rallycross as they are in Rally, so that's why I did that one. To get us to the finals there. And I mentioned that I, bought a new car. And I had to buy a new car for Rallycross. But here's the interesting thing that I'm having a bit of a little bit of a conundrum over. Get straight. It's not my inability to drive. So in Landrush, it's the exact same truck regardless of what race you're in. They have the one truck, as far as I can tell. Don't. Nope, this way. This way. There we go. You made it through that junction. Those are not tricky sections of the... I don't know what I was thinking in the last stage. That is what's killing me. Is my just flat out just not paying attention while I talk. So, I'll talk about the conundrum in the final. My little conundrum. I think I just said conundrum. I might have said conundrum a second ago too. It's conundrum. I'm not an idiot. My little quagmire, I guess.
Perfect. Good job. Well done.
Hey! That's actually good. I mean, the car still looks like garbage, but it doesn't look any worse. Haha! Stage results first. Event standings second. Now, see, that makes sense to me. Come in first place, not by a lot, but come in first place. Stage notes. Body damage. That's just the same stuff from the last one, man. You can't give me new stage notes that are exactly the same as the last one. I mean, I do not see us winning this competition. We are a good 17-ish seconds, 16 and a half seconds, somewhere in there, behind the first place guy. I just don't see us pulling it out. The other thing we have to be worried about is Alvarez right behind us is not that far behind us. Oh man, it's way too dark. I actually don't want more cars in the garage. That's actually what I'm going to talk about. Also, it's super dark and I hate this. I hate this so much.
3, 2, 1, go. Right 3.
I hate how dark this is. So, for the finals of the rally, I can use my, Jamie can use, rather, her Subaru WRX car that we've been, like, winning everything with by a lot for some reason. Because we're amazing? We're not. So I don't... It's beyond me what's happening there. But, you know, Jamie and I we're fairly good in that car. We're comfortable in that car. We understand that car. And that's sort of where we are at with that. But also, I could get an R5 car. So that is technically an R4 car. But I could get an R5 car and race the championships in the R5 car. But I don't like any of the R5 cars nearly as much as I like the WRX. So it would make more sense for Jamie to drive the car that she can win in. But it's weird because... like in Landrush, there's just the one truck as far as I can tell. In Rally Cross, I have to use one of the supercars for the final. Like, I can't use the Ford whatever I have now. Yeah. This is why I hate the forest sections. So, those are, So I'm not really sure what we're going to do there. Well, that's not true. I am like 90% certain we're just going to do it in the WRX, the Subaru. That one was actually a pretty good turn. Right up until I started wobbling everywhere. As I was saying, it was a pretty good turn. You know what? Just from now on, assume I am not cutting any of this. If I do any sort of cutting a turn in any way, shape, or form, it is an accident. Okay, I hear what sounds like an ambulance. I'm not sure if that's what it was, but it's kind of what it sounded like. So, that doesn't sound good. I don't hear it anymore. But it was definitely in my head and not like, you know, driving down my street, because it's not what ambulances sound like around here. But it is what sometimes ambulances sound like. So, the thing is, I don't know what's going to happen in the Triple Crown. The whole point of doing Landrush in the first place was that way we could get to the Triple Crown for Rally and Rallycross. I don't know if I'll have to have an R5 car for that. And if I do, I guess we'll cross that bridge then. But that's why I'm wondering, if I'm going to need it then, should I just go ahead and get it now? I mean, I'll easily be able to afford it then, because I'll have so much, because, I mean, the only thing I might do is upgrade the WRX to top grade parts for the final, for the non-World Triple Crown final. The regular final, I guess. But, I don't know. I know that if I were Jamie, and I guess technically speaking I kind of am, I think she would want to drive the car she is the most. I've already done this turn 2 other times. Your random generator needs to stop randomly generating exactly the same turn. Look, I like the fact that they have this kind of like random stage thing, but when they're kind of try to be really complicated, sometimes it feels like it's exactly the same thing multiple times. It happens in Spain too, where we'll be in a town and it'll be you turn this way and then it's an acute right that way, kind of like that, sort of. Except I think it's a harder first turn and not a 4. So, hopefully Dirt 5 will have a better, they'll refine it. Like, this is obviously the first of them. So, hopefully Dirt 5, well, of course, I think actually the next game is probably going to be Dirt Rally 2. Just a gut guess on that one is that it's going to be Dirt Rally 2. Which I won't play. If it does wind up being Dirt Rally 2 and not Dirt 5, I won't play it. Because I can't drive at all in Dirt Rally. This is far more arcade. I like arcade.
That went really well. Great stage. Good work.
Okay, that may mean we won the stage, but I don't know. Yay! We won the stage! by 10 whole seconds, which actually means we actually made it much more competitive. No. I mean, yes, we made it more competitive, obviously. But, I mean, 10 seconds, you know, we're not that close. Although, on the plus side, we did put a much greater amount of distance between us and Alvarez. Second place. I mean, it's not as good as first place, mind. But only one. We only missed one, and that was complete the event with 7 seconds or less penalty time accrued. And we had 9 seconds because I drove into a bunch of people. Whatever. Whoa! 130 for the prize money. I wasn't paying an ounce of attention. That's a lot. So that was the first event in the Continental Group A Rally. We finished second in Wales. Next up is Spain. This has been Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more Dirt 4.